They say that in the heart of a wide and silent desert, there stands a single tree older than memory. Its trunk is twisted like braided rope, its branches stretch out like open hands, and its leaves whisper names, names no one alive remembers. For travelers crossing the dunes, the tree is a miracle. It offers shade where there should be none, and water where the sand should be dry. But its greatest gift is not shelter. It is remembrance. Long ago, the desert was not empty. It was home to many villages filled with music, stories, and people who knew the land by heart. But time is the wind that sweeps everything away. Storms buried the homes. Heat erased the paths, and those who lived there faded into the silence. All except their names. They lived on in the tree. The story begins with a young wanderer named Sefu. He had traveled for many days, looking for a trace of his family's past. His grandmother used to tell him stories of the ancestors, the ones who walked before him, who shaped the world he now carried on his shoulders. But she was gone, and so were the stories. All he had left was a question: where do I come from? On the seventh day of his journey, weak with thirst, Sefu saw the impossible. A lone tree rising from the dunes, glowing softly in the heat. He thought it was a mirage, but as he approached, he heard something that made him stop. A voice. No, many voices, soft layered, speaking as if carried on the wind. He stepped into the shade, and the air became cool and still. The leaves trembled, and a single name drifted through the branches. Sefu. He froze. No one had spoken his name in days. No one should have known it. He looked up. Sefu, child of Kioni. The voice was gentle, like a grandmother humming. Child of the wanderers, child of the dust. Sefu fell to his knees. My grandmother. She told me stories, but I never understood where we came from. The tree rustled in reply. Kioni remembered, so we remember. Sefu pressed his palm against the bark. It felt warm, alive, like the heartbeat of a sleeping giant. Tell me, he whispered. Tell me who I am. The tree answered not with one name, but with hundreds, a river of voices flowing through the leaves. Kioni, daughter of Mara. Mara, daughter of Tembo. Tembo, son of Amani. Sefu closed his eyes as generations washed over him. Faces he had never seen, stories he had never heard, people whose footsteps had become part of the desert. You carry all of them, the tree said softly, and they have carried you. Sefu felt tears fall onto the sand. He had wandered so far, searching for a beginning, but the beginning had always been with him. When he rose to his feet, the shade seemed brighter, the whispers calmer. Why do you remember? He asked. Why do you hold all these names? The tree's branches shifted, leaves shimmering like small green lanterns. So the world will not forget what time tries to erase. Every life is a story. Every story is a seed. And seeds must be kept even when the fields are gone. Sefu bowed his head. Thank you. When he turned to leave, the tree whispered once more. Walk with courage, Sefu. When you speak your ancestors' names, you keep them alive. He placed a hand over his heart. I will. As he walked back into the dunes, he no longer felt alone. Behind him, the tree stood glowing in the sun, leaves murmuring softly. Some say it is still there, waiting for anyone who has forgotten where they come from. And if you place your ear against its trunk, you may hear your own name carried through the branches like a memory too important to lose. For names are stories, And stories are roots, and roots never truly die.